Today we're going to look at a nice cassette recorder from the Voice of Music. This is the 762. Depending on how you look at it, it's either the mobile quarter or the Tape-o-Matic, as we'll see inside. This might be a date code, 2071, although it might not be. I'm not sure. Can't read that. You can obviously use it for, making notes at work or recording things at school, interviews, music. Looks like it was going to Veronica's in Kankakee, Illinois. I don't know if that was a store that sold these or what. But let's open it and see what's here. Styrofoam box here. There we are. Got some accessories here. A patch cord and this is a lapel thing to hold your microphone. Isopropyl alcohol, long since evaporated. If I could get a hypodermic needle, maybe I'll refill that. This is the carrying strap. And here's the recorder in its leatherette case. And paperwork. Alright, looking at the little original store card here. Facts on the VM mobile quarter. Model 762. New tape and a cartridge. No more threading tape across the heads. Works like a charm. Travels like a trooper. Technicalities: 2 monaural half-track channels. Tape speed 1 7/8 inches per second. Wow, and flutter 0.3% RMS. 8 transistors in the amplifier. 2 transistors regulate the motor speed. Peak music power 800 milliwatts. Signal to noise ratio 45 decibels. Erase 45 kilohertz. Down 45 decibels. Frequency response 80 to 10,000 hertz. Chrome plate, zinc die cast frame and handle. Interesting that there is nothing about this mentioning that it was a Philips machine, which it obviously is. Or is it? Also in here we have a microphone, which I'm not going to use today, and a stand. Put these over here. Nice leather case. Here's our easily seen ID that it's a Philips cassette 3302 based on that. So let's take it out of the leather case and take a look at it. Here it is. Comes with a preloaded cassette and some paperwork. Voice of Music, Benton Harbor, Michigan. Interesting that sometimes it's called the mobile quarter, but this listed as the 762 Tape-o-Matic. Standard instruction sheets, the tape cartridge story, basic things, for the technically minded, track explanation, explaining the patch cord and things, accessories you can get, and here's an explanation of the little pouch there that you put your microphone in for hands-free operation. And there's some more 762 specifications. Here's a schematic. Always good when they include those. Once again, nothing in any of this material is dated, so I don't know if that 271 is a date or not. Also, nothing says made in Holland, or there's no Phillips markings anywhere on it. Service centers, and your warranty card. So looking at the recorder itself up closely, it's really beautiful. I almost hate saying this, but this was so obviously brand new when I opened it that I hated to open it. But I did. Lots of nice details here. Here's one. You notice lots of times there's a little silver plate right here. And this one, the whole thing is aluminized. So you can see your tape speed here. It's a good performer now, but it wasn't when I got it, because I had to do the mandatory Phillips belt change. And I'll insert some of that interior maintenance video right about now. Here's the inside of the Voice of Music cassette recorder. It's different. I'm going to have a hard time getting this out. I was looking for the fourth screw holding this in, and I peeled those labels off, and there's nothing under there except for another one of these little rivety type of things. They've assembled this different, really keeping it in the case, or the housing, I guess. There's not the usual Phillips markings here. Usually the type is there and the date is here. I can peel this off and you'll see what is usually here is down here. What is that? ELZ 3302/80. But it looks like if I just lift the screws up front a little, I can get to the bottom screws on the flywheel plate there enough to get that off, and that's the part that always stops you. So looks like the housing was made by PEMCO. So this whole thing, maybe Voice of Music ordered the chassis and assembled them here in the United States with their own housing. Would explain some of the pretty dramatic differences between this and the normal Phillips styling. Alright, now for the test. So far, so good. Alright. Maybe we'll have success. Alright, looking a little closer at it. Has a really nice grill here. I don't like these record and playback volume buttons. They're very difficult for me to get a hold of. Plus, they really have no sign of which way's higher or lower. There's not a mark on it as far as having been used before. No made in Holland anywhere, no Philips designation. And I believe I've mentioned that this might have been made in the United States with Philips chassis. I just don't know. Alright, we're going to try a voice test. I'm going to use the cassette that was in the well when I got it. I'm not going to use the microphone. I don't want to unwrap all that. This again is new. Now we're going to use our microphone from a different machine. Alright, this is the Voice of Music 762. Alright, this is the Voice of Music 762 Tape-o-Matic from either 1968 or 1971. The Voice of Music website says 1968, but there's a big, pretty obvious date on the box that says 271. So I suppose it's possible these were introduced in 1968 and sold for several years. It's a beautiful machine, but it's not perfect. It has very hard to use record and playback knobs, at least for me. And it's extremely difficult to get the batteries in. So, not a perfectly designed machine, but very pretty otherwise. Alright, we've got the patch cord plugged into a computer, and we'll see if we can't record a little music here. I get this odd thing in 1 or 2 seconds after it starts, it wants to stall. And I have to pull the play power switch back a little. Levels looking to be alright. Don't know what it's going to sound like with the internet connection here. And haven't recorded music on it yet. Voice sounds pretty good. Well, let's stop this and see what a little music sounds like. Sounds a little wowie fluttery, or a little off speed maybe. Voice didn't pick that up. Alright, well that's some music and some voice recording from the Voice of Music Tape-o-Matic 762. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Voice of Music 762 mobile quarter Tape-o-Matic, a relative of Philips from 1968 or 1971. And this is just another style of Philips that I have, another brand. I have the Philips and Norelcos and Mercury and Sierra and a Willensack, and now Voice of Music. So I don't know what other cassette recorders I'll be able to find from that era that were related to Philips, but it's always fun to look for them. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye.